What's up, Macadine family and listening audience? I am Camille Shabazz of Macadine University, affirming that all is well with you on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon in Sacramento, California. And I'm hoping that wherever you're at right now, things are going swell for you. Turn this down a little bit. My subject today is on love bombing. Love bombing. What is love bombing? Before I go into my subject, if you haven't got your copy as of yet, the Macadine Essential Knowledge for Boys and Men, I urge you to get your copy soon before it's banned, because of the fact that the wisdom in this book is transforming the lives of most men who pick it up. So do yourself a favor and get your copy today, brothers. And like Head and Shoulders, that's made for women, but also good for men. Although this book is made for men, it's also good for women. Okay, what is love bombing? And before I go into what love bombing is, let me just make a disclaimer to the individuals who have a tendency to think that what I say revolves around them and that whenever I speak, I'm talking about them. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. But the goal of Macadine is to teach and educate men to prevent them from going through, for the most part, what I went through in my ignorant days, and strive in my so-called enlightened days to stay away from as well. Because you're never too big to take a fall. So remain humble, but continue on your path of enlightenment. Love bombing. What is love bombing? The other day, I spoke on gaslighting, the manipulative features of gaslighting, and how gaslighting is used in relationships to manipulate the other partner. And love bombing is a similar tactic. And I'm going to read from this little article that I have, real brief article. It gives you an understanding on what love bombing is, because love bombing is actually the actual source of most crimes of passion that you see on Nightline. When you see that MILF or that cougar get her a younger man, and she manipulates that man into killing her husband and telling that boy that they're gonna ride off into the sunset together and live happily ever after. Love bombing is the tactic that is normally used on the side piece, whether it's on purpose or not. Let me read. Love bombing. Love bombing is a manipulation tactic that happens when someone overwhelms you with affection, adoration, gifts, and love in order to gain control of your behaviors. Someone trying to love bomb you may lavish you with gifts. This often includes over-the-top gestures such as flowers, jewelry, or even trips. The point of this is to make you feel as if you owe them something. Check that out. The point of this is to make you feel as if you owe them something. Give you constant praise and adoration. Phrases such as, "You're the only person I want to spend time with. I love everything about you, and I've never met anyone I like or love as much as you," are nice, but it's important to consider the context. Want to be in constant communication with you. Love bombing can take the form of constant communication, texting, calling, and messaging over social media all day long. They get upset when you implement boundaries. When you try to tell a love bomber to slow down or implement any kind of boundary with them, they get upset. This can present itself as them declaring that you don't care about them, that you don't love them. See? That's the tactic of love bombing. Lavishing you with gifts, affection, adoration, and really, when you do not allow yourself to be controlled by them. Because, like I said earlier, the source of crime of passion, crimes of passion come from love bombing. But also the source or the root of the creation of a step dummy / crash dummy is also love bombing. You know, where someone actually put their lives on the line unknowingly to do the bidding of a woman who really doesn't love them, and most of the time are using them to get back to the man whom they really love, and vice versa. So be careful. Be careful when you encounter someone who tries to overwhelm you with love or the affection and acts that you may think are love, but in reality is love bombing to cause you to be their Muppet, puppet, and Frankenstein. So on that note, beware of the love bomber. Beware of the love bomber. They are dangerous, and they will cause you to throw your life down the line. Because once you don't do their bidding and they withdraw that love, that attention and affection from a lot of you step dummies and crash dummies, you lose your mind. And not only do you go out and do her bidding, but you also end up hurting or harming her and ending up either in prison for homicide or end up dead from homicide, suicide. So if you're not made up of the material to detect a love bomber, you may end up being a victim that you really don't want to be. And another thing that gets these crash dummies and step dummies in trouble is that most men who you see on the streets, 50% of most men, 50% of men, according to statistics, are sexually inactive or haven't had sex in a year. So with that being said, when they encounter a woman with the wiles and the seductive capacity to love bomb them and pull the wool over their eyes after being so thirsty and being without intimacy for at least a year, you are looking at a crash dummy in the making. So once again, beware of the love bomber. I'll be at you soon with another pertinent and enlightening subject. Salute and peace.